And it's just, you know, it's all the times to do it. And that, all the different members, that's the one thing that stuck with me all the way along.
Huh, very interesting. Yeah, I didn't realize the timing of that. It was ironic for me that, you know, it was like the only time they weren't there.
Yeah.
And it was the time that we found this right after yeah, so that, but I hadn't realized, I knew you guys were up there, but I didn't realize that part of the story. Wow, very cool. Wendell, I don't know if you want to contribute anything or,
I just want to say that I went Bob first to the site, the burial. I was going to the site there was a lot of feathers around. But there was one particular feather laying right where his burial site was. So we found it. And then as we were excavating, digging up, once I saw that red clay, I said, I'm gonna find some stuff in the optimistic about finding remains after all these years. Finding no remains, I kind of thought that, but when I saw that soil, I said, there's going to be something down there. And sure enough, so there's a lot of things, you know, we know that the spiritual person, you know, there's things. I was glad to be part of it, that Bob contacted me. And I'm honored to be there to co-coordinate, whatever, spiritually. And, you know, we're regular, we do like this every day to be there. And if there are any questions, just ask them to be around here.
I have a question. How long did it take, why did it take so long from the time, I don't know how long it took, that when the tribe found out that the remains were there to tell the family that the remains were there?
am I right about, there was about a 2-year hiatus?
Actually, it was closer to 4 years.
Oh, 4 years.
I found the cards, so forth, and it took me a good 6 months doing research online and my wife. Between doing the research online and talking, in the history of the Sioux Nation, realized that, you know, with all the land that they lost to the white man, they ended up being broken up across 7 different reservations. So the assumption was initially starting that he was from Pine Ridge, because on the card it specified that he was Oglala. It turns out that, yes, that was where he was originally from, but the family now lives on Cheyenne River Reservation. So I made a trip out, probably after 1 year, made a trip out to South Dakota, flew into the first winter storm warning of the year for them, just to add excitement to it. And met with Daniel and one of his sons and a granddaughter. And Daniel was excited that, you know, finally found him. He knew about Albert, but the rest of the family didn't really know, because in a lot of cases, Rick Two Dogs, who was the medicine man out there who did the ceremony, said, you know, that you have no idea where he went, and they would have just, you know, oh well, this happens. They go out, you know, to battle. They go out in a hunt. They don't come back, and you know, it's just part of life. So, having found it, he was thrilled. He wanted to go ahead and start on it right away. Well, I tried dealing with the tribe, which was, I don't want to say it was a mistake, but now you're dealing with a bureaucracy. You know, there may be tribal people that are running the tribal office and so forth, but it's still, now you're into politics. And the granddaughter I was speaking with just kind of dropped off the net. And so Christine Rose, who was in the picture, she just moved back out there this month. You know, I talked with her, and you know, I can see you're all excited. You're all, you know, she used the term agitated. And I guess that could be part of it. Why, you know, here we are. Well, her explanation was, you got to realize that in the Lakota mind, things will happen when they're supposed to happen. Not when you want it to, not when I want it to, not when they want it to. And we had a little bit of experience with that out there too, that yes, there's Central Mountain time, there's South Dakota time, and there's Lakota time. And the great difference between them. But, it was kind of like, okay, you've made your contact, and just wait and see what happens. Probably another year, and then I got a call from Marlis. And initially getting things going, then, with it, you've got all these different other things that are going to be involved in it. First is with the Native American Grave Repatriation and Act, the feds, certain guidelines that you have to go through. State law, both Connecticut and South Dakota. The reason that we had to have a funeral director present the whole time. Once the grave is open, the licensed funeral director must be there the entire time. There's permits to be gotten, so forth. So all these things, as you can well imagine, take time to fall into place. The only goal we were looking for, they wanted him home and in the ground before the snow started this year. So that was I was kind of saying, okay, by the second weekend in October, because it was the third weekend in October that I went out there. And, it worked out that we did it for September, but, the time that it took, in part was, I didn't want to be a pest on them. They're well aware who I am, where I am, different people have my phone number and so forth, and when they're ready.
And you're right, the way everything turned out, it wasn't time. It wasn't time. Mary Jo, I don't know if you have anything you want to share, Well, again, just a remarkable story and a contemporary story is the way I like to say it. It's a contemporary story, and we were just honored to be a part of it. So if I can answer any questions, or any of us can answer any questions, we'd be happy to do it. Or if you want to go get some refreshments, jump to it.
Thank you.
Where do you live now?
Yes, please, everybody, go get food, coffee, cider, cheese. Cookies, please.
Yeah, go fight over that archaeology.
Another one of those little